Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult beverage, and tonight I'll be discussing EverGreene by Sara Furlong Burr. I did receive this as an ARC, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. And my rating for this book is a 3.75, so what's it about? So this book is about Ever, who has packed up her life and moved across the country to get away from her past and have a fresh start. It's been a year and she's been able to create a mostly normal life for herself with a job, house, friends, as well as a new identity for herself. The only issue is she now has a stalker. She doesn't know who he is, but she can feel his eyes on her, and he likes to send her little gifts that let her know that he has intimate knowledge of her life, and needs. It's been months and she doesn't know where this is going or if she'll ever catch a glimpse of him. But then Halloween comes, and at her best friend's party, she has a one-night stand with a masked man that she later finds out is none other than her stalker. How does she know? Well, he sends her a gift that only could have come from their night together, and now she doesn't know what to do. But what she doesn't realize is that her stalker is none other than Locke, her annoying coworker who is also putting his life back together after his own issues from the past. And his life would also be considered mostly normal if it weren't for the small matter of him illegally stalking Ever. But from the moment he saw her, he was captivated and he had to learn everything he could about her. And the more he learned, the more obsessed he became. Not just with being close to her, but also with keeping her safe from anything that could potentially harm her. Which is why he went to the Halloween party, not just to be close to her, but to keep her safe from all the drunk guys who could hurt her. He didn't expect it to turn into a one-night stand with his dream girl, and now that it's happened, he wants more. But he knows he can never get more because in real life, she hates him to her very core. She will never give him a chance. But V is another story. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 3.75. Now, there were a lot of elements I liked about this book, but I didn't completely vibe with it, but I could see how a lot of readers are going to enjoy it. The author is marketing this as a dark rom-com, with it being on the lighter end of the dark romance spectrum. So let's break that down. With it being a dark rom-com, I will say where there were moments I chuckled due to the banter, I didn't feel like it quite met that vibe for me like others I've read in that genre in the past. And when it comes to the dark romance aspect, I do think the author met their objective of being on the lighter end, and I think this would be a great entry-level book for anyone looking to explore the genre. But for me, I personally was just left wanting more. Either more comedy to offset the lighter end of the dark romance, or more dark romance to offset the lack of comedy for my personal taste. As for the characters, I like them well enough, with Ever being our female main character who has a very compelling story that has shaped who she is, and I liked how she's a strong female main character who handles her business. With Locke, he also had a past that shaped who he was, and that made complete sense for who he is. The two of them together had some decent chemistry as well as spice. Overall, I was just personally left wanting more with the story and didn't completely vibe with it, but I can see how a lot of readers are going to enjoy this book, so I do encourage you to give it a try for yourself. It will be available November 26th. I hope you love it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.